Well, thank you for sending those questions. The question came in, how do I use an e-collar to keep my dog from jumping on a greeting? So that's a lot to talk about. Couple of topics there. Hey, everybody, I'm Jack Crann from Peace of Mind Canine here in Dahlonega, Georgia. My buddy Bolt, my dog for the day. So, two steps. First, we want to make sure that we have properly introduced the e-collar. So, learn to use the e-collar and how to introduce it to your dog. The dog should not be afraid. The e-collar is not about pain or punishment. The e-collar, like any other tool, is a distraction. It's a distraction to get the dog's attention, meaning the dog is running or starting to jump up, we want to distract the dog. So it's what is that vibration? What the heck is that? So now we can get the dog's attention and teach the dog what to do. That is what's important. So you want to make sure that you've taken the steps to properly use the e-collar. Next is on leash, teach the dog a greeting command. Now, to teach a dog a greeting, there are two things that happen generally on a greeting. One is you are either going to be approached or you're going to approach. The third, once you've worked out how to do those two things, is to send the dog to go make friends. So, with people that come by pretty regularly, I get my dog to sit and pay attention. Yes. And when the dog does, I would tell him, okay, go make friends. You see, him or her. So that is what's important is the dog has to be taught what to do. So now I like to use make friends. You can use any happy word. You want to avoid words like do nice or be good, something like that, right? Because people are a little nervous around dogs. We don't want them to think this is not a nice dog or, it's not a good dog. I like to use make friends because people think it's cute or say hi. Very often we'll teach a say hi command. So that relaxes people. Oh, you don't know say hi. Come on, say hi. So that's the point of the greeting. The other is impact mentality dogs copy. So you diffuse energy with an opposite energy. And what that means is if your dog is all excited and wanting to run towards somebody or jumping and twirling around, if you are excited, the dog will think you are just copying, right? So the dog is jumping, somebody's here, and you're saying, stop, 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 get the dog, get the dog. You're all worked up. From the dog's perspective, the dog is saying, you're doing the same thing I'm doing, so I must be doing the right thing. So we diffuse energy with an opposite energy. The dog is spinning and jumping. I'm going to tell him, all right, that's enough. Come on. You have to lower the energy, right? So now make friends command, the key is, or say hi command, the key is you want the dog to hear that phrase as they're in the act, when they are in the moment of doing the right thing. We always have to be ahead of the dog. So if you've trained the dog to the collar and we are going to approach, what you want to be aware of is that last 3 feet, 4 feet, the dog is walking nicely. I tell him, come on, make friends. Now we're a few feet away and the dog wants to run. Oh, we're going to come off. We're going to walk a little circle. So we redirect. Come back to where we started. Now we're going to do that again. Sit. Hey, up here. Sit. Attaboy. Now we're going to try it again. Let's make friends. We start going. And we do that over and over until we get the dog to walk slowly up to whomever you're going to greet. And we repeat the word as they're in the act. As they're in the act. Now you've worked that out. You've done it 3 to 5 times in a row. Next step, someone's going to approach. Same thing. We want to be ahead of the dog. So, just like here, if we were on the approach and the dog starts to take off, you're going to use your remote to correct. Not going to do that. Nope. And go. Right. So that's where your e-collar comes in. So now we're here. Okay, sit. Same thing. Someone approach and the dog starts to jump or pull. We're going to tap no, and ask that person to back up and then do it again. Back up and do it again. Do it again. Maybe we have 3 people in a row and we're going to do that 3, 4 times with each person. Just come up, make friends, come up, make friends. So it's a repetition. Now, if we can approach and be approached, next step is we're going to point. I like to use that action means go. And I'll say, go make friends. And I'll get the dog started and then let him go on his own or her own. Doesn't matter. So now the dog goes off on their own and make friends. Good dog. And you call them to come back. So the point is that we have now taught the dog a greeting command. So the point of a greeting command is to let the dog know there's no threat. There's no reason to be defensive or protective. And the dog is going to understand if you calm down, you will get the ultimate reward you're looking for, which is to interact with whoever the new person on the scene is. The other thing is that we always reward the initial response. So if we were just out here in the yard and now all of a sudden a person appeared at the gate or something like that, and the dog gave a little woof or something, I praise. If he ran over to the gate, I would say, good dog, right? Because we have to diffuse energy with an opposite energy, right? We don't want to copy the dog. And we want to keep everything in a more relaxed manner so the dog will be responsive. Then we get the dog to settle, to calm. Good dog, you're not in trouble. And this is an easy mixed message is the dog starts to associate every time someone new approaches, I'm in trouble. So you're going to be crystal clear that what you're correcting is the jumping. It's the lunging, it's the overexcitement. So you've got to be in tune so that you are in time to the behavior. Teaching a greeting and getting a dog to do a calm greeting is not about the dog. It's not about the person that you're going to greet. It's about the behavior. So we want a time that when the dog has all 4 feet on the floor and is quiet, that now we can have a greeting. So that's where we start first on the leash. If you're using the remote rather than pulling or anything like that, we let the dog feel the vibration in time with your voice. So whatever word I use no, if you say or whatever sound you make is your correction voice, your get the dog's attention voice, that's the sound you want to associate with the remote. Give the dog a cue word. All right, say hi, make friends, whatever it's going to be. If you are approaching a dog, be sure to always approach offset, right? So we're not going to walk up to the dog nose to nose and eye to eye. We're going to walk offset and reach under. That will help the dog stay calm and it's less threatening. Okay, what's natural for us is we want to walk nose to nose, eye to eye, and reach over the dog's head. And dogs don't like that. What they really don't like is if you stand it away, and then people, this is a very common thing. And you just hold your hand there, like very threatening and intimidating to a dog. Um, hey, I just hold that there. He's trying to look around it, and especially if the dog doesn't know. So the key is we walk offset and under. And you, as the owner, anytime the dog is interacting or being handled, you repeat that phrase. So now, if we're out on a hiking trail, we're going through the woods. It seems pretty quiet. We want the dog to have a little run, and then suddenly someone appears. If you use the e-collar to teach come, then you come, you come. If the dog does not come, you just tell him from a distance, make friends, and time the tap of the remote with the jumping. So you can tell, oh, he's going to go up, he's getting ready to jump. So you correct before the jump. Before the dog is airborne, you start tap, 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 make friends, make friends. So there's two sides to the question. Make sure that you have proper use of the e-collar and you taught your dog to respond to it. Teach your dog a greeting command that he will do with you on leash. The leash is a tool for training, so you teach it on the leash. Then we drop the leash and send the dog to go make friends. Then you can trust that when the dog is 40 feet away from you and hears or sees someone, that if you tell them to make friends, they're going to do it. So all of this is in my book, The Affection Connection, which is available on Amazon in either paperback or ebook. And it's all in there. You can always contact me uh, through the comments or on our website, Peace of Mind Canine. And I love your questions. Look forward to helping you any way I can. So keep the questions coming. Bye for now.